All right, these are the answers to the worksheet that we did last week. I just wanted to go over what they were and how to get them. So the velocity here on a position time graph, steady slope gives you a constant velocity, and I took the change in y over change in x to give me my slope. For part B, from 6 to 7, it's at rest, so that means that there's no velocity. And I have a negative velocity for the part that has a negative slope. And I took my change in y over my change in x and got negative 12 meters per second. If this question said speed, we would only look at the magnitude, and so it would be just 12 meters per second without the direction. On a velocity time graph, the slope will give you your acceleration. So from here to here, it's not accelerating at all. It's moving with a constant velocity of 6 meters per second. So it's 6 meters per second for the velocity and no acceleration. For this one, it's speeding up, or it's accelerating, positive acceleration. So I took the slope and got 3 meters per second squared. And then the acceleration from 6 to 9, it's going to be negative because my slope is negative. And I just took my rise over my run and got 4 meters per second squared. The other thing we worked on last week are these motion graphs. So this tells me that I'm moving with a constant velocity, and this velocity time graph tells me the same thing. I'm accelerating on a velocity time graph. This tells me I'm accelerating. This tells me I'm slowing down in the positive direction. So I'm slowing down in the positive on a velocity time graph. These two graphs match. I am moving backwards at a constant rate. This tells me that I'm speeding up in the negative direction. This tells me I am slowing down in the negative direction. This velocity time graph tells me I'm moving with a constant velocity, and it matches with this velocity time graph, or position time graph. This velocity time graph tells me I'm accelerating, and it matches with this position time graph. And this velocity time graph tells me I'm slowing down. Oh wait, I did not match that correctly. Hold on. This is not true. It should be this one. Okay. So this tells me I'm slowing down. This in the negative, and this tells me I'm slowing down in the negative. This velocity time graph tells me I'm moving with a constant negative velocity. Oh, I did not do this one right either. So my velocity is negative, and so my slope should be negative here. This one, my velocity is speeding up in the negative direction. It tells me I'm speeding up in the negative direction. And this last one tells me I am slowing down in the negative direction, which is this. So actually, this must be wrong too. It's in the positive, so it's slow. All right, there we go. So I'm moving with a high constant, or a high velocity, and then I'm going to no velocity. So this tells me that I am moving faster and slowing down in the positive direction. So there you have it.